one. IONNA!
There's been a ton of activity in the IONNA project. Let's go ahead and get into what's new. There's been several posts in the social media of relevancy, the first of which is they've recently been critiqued for doing a $50 hold on a credit card. And they've heard the feedback and they've dropped it to $30. Now, just so everyone knows, if you want to get around that, you can use the ChargePoint app to activate a session, or if you have plug and charge like I do on my two General Motors vehicles in order to bypass the credit card hold. But if you're going to be using a credit card, it used to be $50. Actually, initially it was $70, and then they dropped it to $50, and now it's down to $30. So if you want to avoid that altogether, and I think it holds for like 4 days. If you want to avoid that altogether, use either plug and charge or the ChargePoint app. Additionally, I received in my inbox the first ever IONNA newsletter. And it's an email that has additional sites that have opened and some activity that's going on around the IONNA sphere. So kind of cool to see that their marketing department is starting to stretch their legs a little bit and engage with the customer base, which is increasingly becoming a fan base because a lot of people are very excited about what's going on with IONNA, myself included. There's a news station going in my hometown, which I'm going to, I think, broadcast from for the Out of Spec Bits DC Fast Charger Weekly Update this week. These are the different types of rechargeries. Very quickly going over these again: beacon, rechargery, and rechargery relay. This is what the beacons look like. Big honking charging stations with like 20 or more stalls with a IONNA facility attached to it with some kind of distinctive design. And I understand that each one of them are going to be distinctively designed uniquely for the environment in which they are. And on this particular one, I like the chopstick sign thing. You wouldn't put that in Florida because that thing would get blown over in a hurricane in a heartbeat. But I guess in California, it's fine. It actually sways with the earthquakes. Mini canopies are a thing. This was mentioned last time, and just reiterating. So they are saying that canopies are going into each one of their locations. So if there's a rechargery that you know of that doesn't have a canopy, we're being told that at some point in the future, every rechargery will have canopies, whether they be these small mini canopies or full canopies. Additional social media post, new construction started in Terre Haute, Indiana, Waco, Texas, Simsbury, Connecticut, and Manhasset, New York on Long Island. Some viewers were kind enough in order to provide pronunciation assistance for your humble host here, Pew All Up. So this is actually a station which we'll get to in a second, Pew All Up. It's a First Nation word, and Portsmouth is Portsmouth. So much appreciated for people helping me through my pronunciation challenges. I'm a northerner who's transplanted into the south, so I'm all kinds of messed up. Okay, so IONNA decided to drop the hammer, and they are doing all kinds of mad updates. And I could not fit it on one map, everything that was going on. There would basically be just red arrows all over the place. So I broke it up. This is news stations that are opened this update. And that's Middletown, Maryland, over here. Really nice station. And Belen, New Mexico, open since last update. Now these are the ones that we spotted since last update, just in permits. No construction started here yet. Centennial, Colorado, near Denver in this cluster of pips. Las Vegas, Nevada. There's also 4 rechargeries in Las Vegas now. And so the 4th one has been spotted in permitting by Alejandro EV66. This is Palmdale, California, and Rosewood, California. The Rosewood one is huge, and we'll see what those plans look like here in just a second. Now, these are ones where construction has been spotted since the last update, indicating IONNA is doing a mad push of construction at locations. And these are just ones we know about. There's very likely, I'd say, if the pattern holds, there's this is just 1/3 of the ones that are actually under construction. There's another 2/3 out there that are under construction that we have no idea about, that are sleepily being constructed and will open without our knowledge until they're actually announced. Oceanside, California, over here in this cluster of pips around Los Angeles, Simsbury, Connecticut, is up here under construction now. Oviedo, Florida, over here near the northeast portion of Orlando. Terre Haute, Indiana, is said by IONNA to be under construction. No pictures yet. Gaithersburg, Maryland, is now known to be under construction. That's this one up here. Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, known to be under construction up here in the Minneapolis area. A early PIP that was put in by a PlugShare user indicating that they thought it was going to be coming, but cautioned that they were unsure. But now we know it to be coming because it is under construction. Fenton, Missouri, over here near St. Louis. This one down here is Festus, Missouri, and that one we already knew about, but now we know Fenton, Missouri as well. Manhasset, New York, as I mentioned, on Long Island, which is this one here. Blackwell, Oklahoma, under construction up here near the Kansas border. I think that's Interstate 35. Greer, South Carolina. This one was all kinds of fun. Right here is immediately adjacent to a Wendy's. Across the street from the BMW testing facility and a production facility in, I think it's Spartanburg, South Carolina. I don't know if that address is Greenville or Spartanburg, South Carolina, but anyway, there's a very large BMW production facility, and they also have a test track there. And then Ashland, Virginia, right here, now known to be under construction. I'm going to drop my video. This is what it looks like in table form, and as you can see, this is a staggering amount of additions. These are net new since the last update, which was not that long ago, indicating a massive amount of construction now occurring in the IONNA environment. Some random counts were, if you total all the stalls that we know about, and again, this is a very small portion of what is actually out there, they're just moving so darn fast, it's 1,207. California has 24. There's indication that there's 25 out there. I only know of 24 of them, though. Florida is second with 17. Texas with 10. And this is just, again, just a random spattering. Very likely these numbers are way higher in all these areas and other dark areas that we have no knowledge about, where everyone's doing their permit spotting and construction spotting and things like that. We're only human here, and IONNA keeps their cards close to their vest and release the information into social media as they deem appropriate. Okay, let's get into the pictures of activity that's going on. Bella, New Mexico is now open. They were waiting for the transformer for a long time, but it has now been delivered and the station has been commissioned, south of Albuquerque on Interstate 25. In my home state of North Carolina, the third in the Raleigh metropolitan area is now open. Beautiful looking canopy station north of downtown. Middletown, Maryland is now open. Plenty of restaurant eateries right over here in this strip mall, and then some more a little bit over here, and then there's a CVS pharmacy just up a hill over here up into this location. Really nice area of the country, very peaceful. Okay, Roseville, California, if you look at this and total the number of ports, it's 24. So if that pans out, and I mean, we've got plans, so we're assuming it's going to, that's going to be the largest IONNA station that we know of. And right here is a unmanned convenience store and a patio area, and there's going to be canopies covering this. You've got switchgear and then a transformer right here. That's going to be one large transformer. So northeast of Sacramento on Interstate 80, which apparently terminuses into I-5 in Sacramento after cutting across the entire country. So very nice looking station. And I'm not sure, but I think this is going to be a beacon rechargery because they had mentioned beacons are going to have more than 20 stalls. So this could be one of the first beacons that we know about. Tempe, Arizona, these are plans that we previously looked at. I'm not going to pause here too long, but just point out there's also a brick building going into this one as well. And Peliup, that's the pronunciation that the person provided to me. In Washington, we have plans for that one as well. It's also a pretty big station. This is the one with the mini canopies in Centennial, Colorado. Not under construction. We just have plans right now. And Laurel, Maryland, similarly, canopy not under construction, waiting for construction to begin. New Market, Maryland, there's indication that this one is very close to starting construction. Tyler from the Average EV YouTube channel stopped by here and he saw utility markings progressing further from when I was there. And I think there was some minor construction fencing up as well. So this one is progressing very nicely. And very likely the next time I do an update, there'll be dirt turned and it will be fully under construction. Okay, now let's get into ones under construction. This is the one near the BMW production facility in Greer, South Carolina on Interstate 85. A viewer popped into the last update. I apologize. I should have captured the gentleman's name, and I'm sorry for not doing so. But PlugShare user JS Owens, who lives near here, stopped by and grabbed these pictures for us. As you can see, canopy already completed. I'm not quite sure why we didn't know about this earlier, but that's very common with IONNA. They just move so darn fast. We don't have time for people in the community to go out there and spot them and to put them into PlugShare. Immediately adjacent to a Wendy's, close to Interstate 85. In Chino, California, under construction, east of Los Angeles. Gaithersburg, Maryland, we see holes dug and getting ready to put in conduit, the very typical framing for pedestals. Oceanside, California, very characteristic conduit, staged and trenching in the back done there for sure. This is getting ready to be started, and likely by now they already have the pedestals poured. Blackwell, Oklahoma, now under construction. I didn't know anything about this site. It's on Interstate 35, very close to the Kansas border up there. Waco, Texas. Looks like they're waiting for the transformer, at least from when this picture was taken, which I think was back in September. But chargers already seated on the pedestals, no canopy yet. Vancouver, Washington, we've got Alpitronic hyperchargers on site. This is the one not at the Vancouver Mall. This is the one in downtown Vancouver. This one is very interesting. Fenton, Missouri. The permit says switchboard, Alpitronics, so on and so forth. And it looks like they had a previous canopy EV charging station that IONNA is going to be taking over, if I had to guess, because the charging station is now surrounded by a fence and is no longer open. And this is where this address matches this location. So that looks like what's going to happen here. And it says 9 EV signposts. Let me go back one. 8 Alpitronic hyperchargers. So I don't know if that means 16 stalls or 8 stalls, but anyway, sometimes permit wording is confusing. Okay, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is northwest of downtown Minneapolis. You can see similar type of framing and conduit already occurring, and this is a pretty big amount of fencing that they've got up here, so I'm not sure how big of a location this is going to be, but they're definitely got their business about them and a very large amount of the area fenced off. Kendall Park, New Jersey, Etowah, under construction. Forest Park, Georgia, and I'm leaving this one here because there isn't a good picture showing the facility, which is a former Waffle House, but we do have a PlugShare user that put in this showing the concrete now has been poured, so they're moving very quickly at this location. And close to the Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport, where we've all spent hours and hours sitting on uncomfortable chairs. Oviedo, Florida, northeast of downtown Orlando. We got hyperchargers on location. We've been waiting for this one to start construction, and it has now commenced. Bradenton, Florida, not a lot to call out here from last update. Pensacola, Florida, we do have additional progress from last update. The Alpitronic hyperchargers are all seated, and this one looks ready to go. You can see right here is at a Wawa. We're just waiting for the commissioning of the station and the energizing of the station. Orlando, we now have Alpitronics that are wrapped in cellophane to make them look shiny and pretty. This seems to be something that they're doing with some regularity. It seems to be a new standard operating procedure that once they're done, they wrap them in cellophane. And I'm thinking that's to keep the fan base from going and taking their pictures with the new cables or something, because it seems to be a new thing, and I've seen that at a few other places. Okay, so Tampa Chris is saying construction has started. Looks like 8 stalls, 4 dispenser sites, conduit pipes are in place, and we see pictures of that confirmation here. It's in Largo, Florida, on the St. Petersburg area of Clearwater, this island here, west of Tampa. Okay, so Jacksonville has 3 rechargeries, all of which are in various stages of construction. This one is the southern Jacksonville. We see we've got Alpitronic hyperchargers in the ground or on site. This one is Jacksonville downtown is what I'm calling this one. And you can see the fencing is up and construction has commenced. And this one just has the fence around it, but as far as I know, no construction has begun. There's actually been some posts into PlugShare saying, yeah, nothing else has happened besides this. So they have a fence, but they haven't started moving on it yet. Fort Pierce, Florida, similarly has plastic-wrapped Alpitronic hyperchargers ready to go with some landscaping needing to occur, at least from when this picture was taken. Lyman, Colorado, we see a canopy framing here. So very nice location. It also has a facility on the property that I believe IONNA now owns as well. So we're going to be getting a canopy station and a facility in order to have a lounge in. Very nice. And you can see it's east of Denver on your way into, I think this is Kansas right over here. Janesville. This has got a lot of energy from the locals concerning the excitement of it opening. And you can see their canopy is now being surrounded by bricks. And I haven't seen that before. I'm assuming the strip mall owner, where this is located, and it's right in the middle of a very active strip mall, is requiring some bricking in order to be compliant with the design of the strip mall, because I haven't seen them do that elsewhere. But here we're getting a maroon coloring of bricks going up the center posts. Anyway, lots of progress being made here. And this is Festus, Missouri, south of St. Louis. Big old canopy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chargers in the ground. Getting ready to go. This is Gainesville, Virginia. And this picture was taken by me with my drone. And you can see since then we've got Alpitronic hyperchargers getting ready to be seated on the pedestals. So a lot of progress has been made here at a brand new Sheets, open 24/7, 365. Lots of good security, nice lighting, very nice location. Ashland, Virginia, further south, is now spotted under construction. And this was one of the ones that was announced in the social media. Kendall Park I've already mentioned, but this is an updated picture. I'm sorry for the duplicate there. And Portsmouth, did I say that right? I was given pronunciation and I didn't remember all the way into here. Yeah, so it's Portsmouth, I think is what it is. Anyway, belaboring the point, we got Alpitronic hyperchargers on the ground, getting ready to get cracked out of the boxes and put on pedestals. Why do I have Kendall Park a third time? Oh, I went back. Okay. Battleboro, Vermont. Now confirmed to be under construction with fencing up, and we've got trenching in the background already completed. Simsbury, Connecticut. Construction confirmed. We have pedestal framing and conduit already completed and the fencing up. This is Manhasset, New York on Long Island. The fencing is up. I don't see any trenching or conduit yet. Early stages. And Reading, Massachusetts. Alpitronic hyperchargers sitting on pedestals waiting to be energized. Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. This one has been lingering out there a long time. I'm not sure what the delay is, but it has been delayed quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and roll a slide deck that has all the canopy locations open, under construction, and ones noted through permitting. Thanks for watching.